Hey there, fellow thirsty travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we are back in Brazil. And today we're going to talk about are the drinks that you should have when you come here to Brazil, because with the sun beating down on you, you're going to be overheating, you're going to be hot, you're going to be dehydrated. You need to stay liquefied, let's say, while you're here in Brazil. And the thing is, I'm going to go through some of the fun, like, non-alcoholic drinks, but also I might talk about a few adult beverages as well that you should have when you're here. But regardless of your age, regardless of where you're going in Brazil, one thing I want to tell you about your beverages: do not, I repeat, do not drink the tap water in Brazil. It is not good for you, okay? You do not want to drink the tap water. Now, you can brush your teeth with it, but don't drink it, okay? Now, you may wonder, well, Mark, what about the ice? Well, don't worry about the ice, though, because the ice is actually filtered when it's made, and you actually see in a lot of places, people's home, they'll have a dedicated ice machine right there to make the ice to help you cool down in all this hot weather, okay? So remember, tap water bad, ice is okay, all right? Now, if you're looking for like a cool beverage to have when you're going around, probably the most popular Brazilian kind of soft drink you're going to find is Guaraná. And Guaraná is a soda. It looks like ginger ale, kind of like that light brown thing, and maybe has a little bit of a flavor in that direction. But no, it's actually made from this berry from the Amazon, and it is really, really tasty. People love it here, but I'll tell you, it does pack a punch with the caffeine. So if you got little ones, just be aware of that. And if you've got big ones like myself, if you drink a little too much Guaraná, you might be up a little bit late, okay? So just be aware of that. But Guaraná, definitely something you want to have when you're here. Now, if you're going out to a restaurant or a lanchette, which is like a cafe or whatever, you also might want to grab lemonade. Now, when you say lemonade, you're thinking, oh, lemons. Well, no, actually, lemonade here is from limes, the green ones, right? But they call it lemonades because the green ones here are limão. Because if you want the yellow one, it's limão siciliana, so it's different. So just know that your lemonade you're going to hear is more of a limeade, and it is super refreshing. I highly recommend you get that on those hot days to kind of replenish your energy and your coolness inside and get something that's really, really tasty. Now, another drink you'll see when you go around Brazil, especially if you're on the coast, whether you're up in like Maceió or you're in Rio or wherever, if you're ever where there's any coast, know that someone's going to walk around with a coconut and ask you, oh, you want a coconut? And they'll literally have a machete there and chop, chop, chop. Here you go, give you your coconut and a straw. So coconut water is actually a popular thing straight from the coconut, or you'll see it sold in like individual glasses, or you can go in a little kiosk and buy some. So you have that. Another really Brazilian drink is called a cana, which is basically pressed sugar cane, like liquid sugar. Yes, cold liquid sugar. Yeah, it's got some punch, more of a breakfast kind of thing. Maybe have with some bread or whatever. But yeah, it's definitely something. My Brazilian host mom used to give it to me occasionally. She's like, you don't need that much sugar, you don't need that many calories, but it is something you should try when you're here. But the thing is, if you're looking for something for breakfast, obviously the big breakfast drink here in Brazil is coffee. They love their coffee here, and yes, you might have it for breakfast. Heck, you might have it after dinner, a little espresso kind of thing, because they do really like their coffees. And there's different coffees throughout the country. But wherever you go in Brazil, coffee is definitely a thing, and you should try it because a lot of it's produced domestically, so they have a little bit of a pride in it too, so you can do that. And if we're in Brazil, I would be remiss without talking about the fruits here, because all the crazy fruits you've seen in Brazil, when you go around, you'll see all these fruits you might not have ever seen before. Some you have. Those fruits get made into juices. You could have incredible juices. Papaya juice, maracujá, passion fruit juice. Heck, do you know cashews, the nut, actually comes on a fruit like this big, and they make juice out of the cashew fruit? Oh, it's so good. But you have all kinds of really great juices here. Suco, you can have that when you're here. It's really, really tasty. But what I like is you want to get vitaminas. And vitaminas is when you make a smoothie with all those crazy fruits they have here. Oh my God, that is so good. And if you're by any beach place, or actually a lot of places around Brazil, you'll see a little hut there that has vitaminas, and you're like, huh, is that a drugstore to give me my vitamin A and B? No. That's for you to get all those fruit drinks, fruits smushed together in a smoothie, and they're really, really good. Now, if you're heading to the south of Brazil, like Santa Catarina and these kind of places, you're going to start seeing mate or chimarrão, which is basically yerba mate leaves that are pressed into like this little gourd, and then you have this like stainless steel straw that you drink through, and it kind of sifts it out, because you can't drink it like this because there's so many loose particles. So they have like a filtered straw you drink it from, It's yerba mate tea, but the thing is, it really has a lot of caffeine, so do be aware of it, because I know the first time I was down there and I was drinking it, I had like 4 or 5 of those like gourds, and I'm like, oh, why is my heart going so fast? They're like, Mark, because that's like, you just drank the equivalent of like 10 cups of coffee in like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh, gotcha, all right? Now it's time for us to talk about the adult beverages, and I will not lie to you, Brazil is the land of beer. They love their beer here. And the thing is, they love their beer bem gelada, bem geladinha, really, really, really cold. Like, if you get some of those glass jars, the glass bottle ones, you can like make a little circle underneath and make like an ice tornado coming up. You got to be careful when you grab your can of beer that you don't make the beer freeze inside. That's how cold they like it, okay? And you have national brands like Brahma. I really like Brahma. Skol is definitely the cheap option, and you really want that one ice cold, because you can tell a difference from ice cold to not ice cold. And when you get a beer here, if you want to get like a beer on tap, it's called a chop or a shoppy, depending where you are. So you'll have like nice little small beers, knocking them back with your friends. Really, really nice. And honestly, if you get beer and it's not ice cold, you can ask them to take it back. Say, hey, this beer isn't cold. This beer isn't cold enough. And they'll go get you another beer. So that's really kind of a nice thing here. But the big adult beverage you're going to have when you come here to Brazil is Kinshasa. And Kinshasa is the Brazilian sugarcane liquor. And it has got quite the punch to it. And sometimes you'll hear it called Pinga. And when you go to bars or you're going around town, you see the little like bar shops on the side of the road. You might notice that they have these big jars that have liquid in it. And some have fruit in it. Some have some grasses in it, some herbs in it, some leaves in it. That's Pinga that's flavored with different things. I had one with canela, with cinnamon. It was fantastic. So you can have that kind of straight. But what's probably the most important drink to have when you are here is a caipirinha. And what caipirinha is they take lime and they smash it up with sugar, and then they put ice in it, and then they pour the Kinshasa in there, stir it up. It is a super sweet, tasty drink, and it packs a wallop. And since it's so sweet because of the lime and the sugar and everything, people kind of not noticed how strong it can be, so do be careful with it. And the thing is, it's not just with lime. You can get caipirinhas with Pinga, pineapple, and other fruits in there. And one that I've seen is quite popular. Sometimes people don't use Kinshasa to make it. They use vodka, and that's called Caipirosca. So I like the Caipirosca with morango, with strawberry, which is strawberry and sugar smashed together, put the ice in, then pour the vodka and stir. That's another popular thing you'll see at bars and clubs as well. So there is that. But those are just some of the drinks I think you really should have when you come here to Brazil. Honestly, I love the mornings when I get to have fresh juices from fruits I've never even heard of or seen before. So fantastic. So go drink those juices, get the vitaminas, have the guaraná to stay up later, or the mate, or the coffee, and definitely be careful with the Kinshasa because it'll get you in the end. Anyway, have a great time, and I'll say bye from here in Brazil.